Hey everybody, happy Saturday. How are you? It's been a minute, as they say, since I've called you up. I'm down here in, well, this is Garland, but it's on the line of Rowlett. I've taken you here before. This is the Rowlett Creek Preserve. Look at all those beautiful trees behind me. And I don't know if you can hear that bird that's singing. He's on the telephone pole. I just got done walking. I walked about 20 minutes on this beautiful trail, and I was going to call you up while I was walking, but there was a little bit of wind. So I decided to wait till I get to the car. It's been a busy morning already. After I tend to all the animals and do a few chores inside my trailer, I went and got my hair cut where I always go. The owner's name is Mike, and I've been going to him, just about as long as I've been in Texas. I mean, when I first got here, I tried out a couple places, but then I found him, and I've just stuck with him. He always peels me like an onion, but it's a good short haircut. My hair used to be really, really curly. And when I was a kid, my hair was bright red, like a fire truck red, and then it turned orange like a carrot. Kids used to call me Carrot Top. And my hair was naturally curly. And some kids used to call me Annie's brother from that movie that came out. I forget when it came out. Remember Annie had curly hair? They used to call me Annie's brother. You know how kids can be. But as I've gotten older, it's gotten, it's gotten darker, and there's some gray, and then it's fallen out. My hair started falling out after I had that brainstem decompression surgery, and it might have started falling out a little bit before that. They say that people with Arnold-Chiari malformation lose their hair, so I don't worry about it. I mean, I'm created in God's image, so however my hair goes. But I wanted to tell you, let's see. So, well, first of all, sorry I haven't called you up for so long. I went to my appointment Tuesday. This is a busy place because people walk here and they have bike trails, and I've taken you down before to that creek where people fish, and so all kinds of people driving through and parking. Okay, I went to my doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and that was with my doctor's physician's assistant, who I've never seen before, but I'll tell you what, she was so thorough. I really liked her. And now, was that this week? See, I can't remember, but I think it was. She ordered a bunch of blood work and an ultrasound. Oh, I guess that was last week that I went, and then she ordered the ultrasound, and that's what I went for on Tuesday, was the ultrasound of my abdomen. But let me just tell you, when I say she ordered blood work, I mean, when I got the results back on my health portal, it was 3 pages of results just from the blood work. She does not fool around. And I can also tell you, my primary doctor would not have done all that. She wouldn't have done that. So I'm thankful that I was able to see the physician's assistant, and that she was, she wanted to really check everything out because I had been so sick. So got all the blood work back. And then I went, that's what it was. I went this last Tuesday for the ultrasound of my abdomen. They checked kidneys, gallbladder, liver, and then they went up all the way to my chest bone and checked my aorta, and they checked some other organs, whatever organs are all in your abdomen. Let's just say that. And, you know, that technician was so nice. And in fact, she lives in the same town that I do, in Wiley, but she lives on the other side. But we had a nice conversation, and, you know, that made it easier, which ultrasound isn't hard anyway. As you know, you just lay there and they put that cool gel on you and run that thing over you. But it makes it, you know, nicer when you have someone that's nice and likes to talk, because you know me, I talk to everybody. And so so that was Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I had an appointment with the cardiologist. My cardiologist, like I said before, he is booked out until June. But when I had called last month to see if I could get in with him, and I told the nurse things that I feel going on with my heart and heartbeat, she called my cardiologist, and then he told her to tell me he did not want me to wait till he can see me, but was referring me to one of his colleagues who I've never seen before. So that appointment was the next day, which was Wednesday. Well, I woke up Wednesday morning really, really nauseous and even kind of dizzy. So I rescheduled that appointment. I go April 18th. I did not want to drive. It's about a 45-minute drive, that one is. Some kind of bug just landed on my window outside. Because of how I was feeling, I didn't want to drive that long. So I rescheduled it to the 18th. And then April 19th, I have an appointment with my neurologist that was scheduled. It's a 3-month follow-up. So it is busy, and it's tiring. It tires me out to drive all the way down there to Plano. I've said before, it's 22 miles one way. To the cardiologist is in Plano, and it's a little further. But in that Plano Parkway, it's all construction. You start out in one lane, and sometimes they have those flashing lights with the arrows to tell you what lane to get in up ahead, and sometimes they don't, so you're just, it's like a maze. And it can be a lot of stop and go, which after a while flares up my sciatic nerve on the right side. And so, I mean, it just takes a lot out of me. But these are appointments I have to go to, and I know that God will help me. And then there's the issue with the gas, you know. Anyway, God is large and in charge. And so let's go back to the appointments. The blood work, everything came back okay, except my blood sugar was 200 and something, 35 or 37, but that was to be expected because I had been so violently sick, you know. That was to be expected. Maybe there was something else that was a little out of the normal range, but the doctor didn't point it out like as a concern. I can't remember 3 pages of blood work. I can't remember all of that. Now the ultrasound results I got back Wednesday morning, and well, we already knew that my gallbladder is full of stones. It's been that way for a few years, and like I have said, the doctors have said, because I never complain about right abdomen pain. When I get pain and cramps, it's always on the left side, never on the right. Even when I've gone to the hospital or to a doctor's appointment and they press around on my belly, because it don't hurt on the right, I never give a reaction. But once they get over to that lower left side, sometimes I've almost jumped off the table because it hurts so bad. So they have always said, since they found those gallstones a few years back, unless you complain and you're sick and we can see that there's an issue going on with the gallbladder, we don't take it out. You can live with it full of stones as long as you're not having pain there, and on they go. So that's how it's been. But my doctor, or the doctor's PA, wants me to meet with a surgeon to just talk about it. It may be time just to take it out, even though I never complain about pain there. I've been really too sick last month and this month. And the doctor's PA did say that in some cases, people that have gallbladder trouble do have pain just on the left side, and also in the back and up in the chest area. And I did have some swelling up in my chest while I was so sick, like my breastbone kind of was tender, and it's just hard to explain. And anyway, it won't hurt, to meet with the surgeon and talk with him about things. So the ultrasound showed that, but I already knew that the gallbladder was full of stones. It showed, they scanned all those organs, and it showed a little issue with another organ, but I'll share that later on down the road, because I still need to consult with the doctor some more about it and educate myself about that. And so I'm not really comfortable sharing that right now. Oh, I stopped and after my haircut, I got my free iced coffee. My Dunkin' Donuts reward, it was about to expire because I hadn't been going. And I have a bad habit of not checking that app because, trying to pinch pennies, I'm just not going to get coffee all the time. I make it at home. But I got an email reminded me that my free coffee was about to expire, and I thought, well, it's free and it's just up the road from where I get my hair cut, so it's not going out of my way to get it. And I'm looking at this man and little boy, I guess it's his son, and they're walking together, and the dad's walking and he's looking down at his phone, and that little boy's walking and he has a tablet. And I'm hoping they don't trip on anything, because there's roots and sticks and stones on that path. Okay, so I got my free iced coffee, and it is very good. What else? Today is Saturday, and I hadn't heard from Kristen, so I know that last week, at the end of the week and for the weekend, she was having family come in. And so she may still have family, and then she just could be busy with things. And you know what? She could have lost interest too. I mean, people do. So, and I don't feel like, texting her, because I don't want to come across as, hey, where are you? Why didn't I hear from you about meeting up? Because I want that money. I want you to pay me for an hour of meeting with you to teach you to crochet. I'm not that way. Not that way at all. And so I don't want to, so anyway, I've not heard from her. Only I heard from her, towards the end of last week. And let's see, what else? I have some wonderful Happy Mail. I'll tell you who it's from, but I want to do a video showing you. It is from Abigail, who is a friend of our sweet Tank. And several people have gotten this. I think she calls it a bag of blessing or a blessing bag. I saw VJ got one. And I can't remember who else. But I was so surprised when I got an email from Tank. asking me for my mailing information, and she said that a friend of hers wanted to bless me with some yarn and would like to know what kind of yarns I like. Well, I like all kinds of yarn, except I really cannot work with wool. I can work with a yarn that has some wool in it, but if it is straight wool, I break out. My skin is so sensitive. And so I replied back to Tank, and I'm sorry, I forget what day it was that cute package came. I saved the tape that was on it, because I've never seen that tape before, and it says Happy Mail. So thoughtful, and it's wonderful yarn that I've not worked with before, so that is very exciting. And so thank you, Tank. Thank you, Abigail, and I will be doing a video showing that. I also, let's see, it must be about 2 weeks now. I'm really behind on everything, and I'm ashamed about it, and I apologize to all of you. But you know, when health issues pop up and sometimes you're down sick for a day or two, it's easy to get behind on everything. Now, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, my friend Shell, who lives in Garland, she has a Etsy store, and when I do the video, I will put out the name of her Etsy shop. But she's a part of our local monthly meetup group, which is Crochet and Knit Addicts of North Dallas. I'm thinking that it's Knit and Crochet Addicts, but I think it's Crochet and Knit Addicts of North Dallas Facebook group, which you can join even if you're not in Texas. But that's our local monthly meetup group, and I think there's a meetup today that I'm not going to make. I'm not going to make it to. And that's how I know her. Well, actually, I know her from someone else that I used to follow that has a YouTube channel in another country that I used to follow, and she used to pop in there, I believe. And that's also how I know Nancy, the one who schedules our local monthly meetup. You know, just writing, hey, where are you from? And found out we're in Texas, and then Nancy's in Richardson, and Shella's in Garland, which is about 12 miles from me. Same where Jamie from Jamie's Hooked is. Anyway, Shell has come to a few meetups, but then because of work schedule, she hasn't been able to. But we have met before. A couple years ago, she told me that she was cleaning out her yarn, and if I could meet her, she had bags and bags of yarn to give me. And so I went and we met at I think a Kroger parking lot or Tom Thumb parking lot. Anyway, boy, that time did she have, it filled my car, all that wonderful yarn she gave me. So a couple weeks ago, she contacted me and said she was cleaning out her craft room and she was bagging up yarn for me. So I brought her some eggs, some fresh eggs. So we bartered. And she's just a real nice person. She has a big heart. She's a hard worker. She has 3 grown sons. And I forget how many grandchildren, but I've met 1 granddaughter and I've met 1 son. And I can just tell that that son is hardworking like his mom, and that he loves his mom. And they're just really good people. And she filled my car up again. 3 trash bags of yarn. And I've gotten to look through 1 bag, and I'm going to do a video on that. So I don't know if she gets to watch my videos, but if she does, thank you, Shell, for that big blessing. And I'm going to do a video on it, and I'm going to shout out your Etsy shop. She is a wonderful sewer. And she made me a couple years ago a craft bag drawstring, I guess you'd call it. I wanted chickens, and she looked through her fabric and she didn't have any.